Hello everyone, this is the Kodiak 8x8 enclosed awning. One of the best upgrades you can add to your Kodiak stove-ready tent. But here's the thing, one of my subscribers said he couldn't find a single video of anyone setting up this vestibule. And another subscriber said, I can't wait to see your video on how you set it up without a helper. There's got to be a way to do it. Well, there is. And I'm going to show you how.
Now, we need to get up more of the tent. We're going to put up the side poles. 1, 2. These are the taller ones. These are the shorter ones. 1, 2. If I remember right, these longer ones go in the back. These shorter ones go on the side. Yeah, see? That pole is for the center. That's the snow load pole. If you feel you're going to get a lot of snow load on the roof, you would use that. Okay, I'm going to put up the rest of the poles with the exception of the front. I'm not going to put in the middle poles on the front yet. We got to build a skeleton for the vestibule. These ones on this side with the window cover, the ropes are already here on the tent. These aren't separate like all the other ones. And then you can just tighten this and adjust that window cover so it's nice and taut. But I leave everything on the tent loose. I don't tighten all of these yet. I leave them kind of sloppy. I wait until all the poles are in, all the ropes are out. Once the vestibule's up, then we'll tighten everything down. These ridge poles too, as the day goes on, this canvas will start to stretch. And as it blows in the wind and the temperature's hot, cold, the canvas will stretch. And you'll have to come out once or twice a day and tighten these a little bit more and maybe put a click on that pole. But when I first set everything up, I do everything loose. Now, first start by marking the 8 poles that were included in your model 16728 8 poles. Real quick, these poles, they don't come labeled. I recommend you use a Sharpie and you label them. You can also get yourself a label maker. That's what I used. It's really helpful to have these poles labeled when you're out in the field and you're trying to put this whole thing together. The other thing is too, is this instruction manual. This is a free download. My son made this. He put it in the description for free. Make sure you download that to your phone, print it off, put it in your Kodiak bag, take it with you. It's a very helpful resource when you're in the field setting up this tent. Let's jump back into the video. 8 poles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the skin for the enclosed awning. We have 2 of the part 1 corner awning uprights. We have 1 part 2 center awning upright. This is a 3-piece deal that goes together. This is part 3, the center awning ridge pole. Then we have 2 of the part 4s, which are the side awning ridge poles. And then we have 2 of the part 5s, which are the gable poles. We have 2 of those. And it says towards the peak on each of these. This probably doesn't go with this. It probably goes with the main body tent. Parts 3, 4, and 5 are adjustable and have wing nuts. That's these ones here. Part 3, the center awning pole. Part 4, the side awning ridge poles, and there's 2 of those. And then there's part 5. There's 2 of these. These are the gable poles. They have these adjustable wing nuts on here that you can undo and then slide this, and then you can lock that wing nut down. In our application, we found it helpful to mark the lines on 3, 4, and 5 in the following lengths to help during assembly. Part 3, the center awning ridge pole, there's only 1 of these poles. We're going to start by measuring the inner pole from the hook side. We're going to make a full circle all the way around at 18 inches and 22 inches. I'm just going to hook on right there, bring it out to 18. I'm going to make a mark at 18, and I'm going to make a mark at 22. So I'll just put 18 by that one and 22 by that one. We're going to need those marks for later. Now we're going to be doing the same things with part number 4, the side awning ridge poles. There should be 2 of these. Now, we have part 4, the side awning ridge pole. I'm going to measure the inside tube. I'm going to come out 56.5 and 60.5 inches. The reason why we're making these markings is so later on, when we have the skeleton structure up in the air, we're going to be adjusting these poles to right around these mark points. This is going to help us when we tighten down these poles later on at these marks. It's going to help us at that point so we don't have a whole lot of poles sticking out there, because we're only going to have one hand. We're going to be holding onto the pole with one hand, and then we're going to need our other hand down there to grab the other pole and pin everything together. We can't have this at whatever length because it's going to be too far. It won't be in the right area. So that's why we're making these critical marks right now. This one here is part number 5. This is our gable pole. Again, we're measuring the inside tube from the red end on the inside. We're going to be making a mark at 20.5, and we're going to be making another one at 24.5. 20.5. I'll write down another one at 24.5. We need our 2 poles that are a little bit longer. These are the ones that fold. They're a little bit taller than these corner ones. They go right here and one right there. I thought I was short one, but I'm actually not short one. I'm going to stick it right there. Remember when I told you earlier, you got to make sure you get your poles in the right bag? This pole snuck into the vestibule bag. It should have not been with the vestibule bag. It should have stayed with the cabin tent bag, because if I would have not taken this with me, I wouldn't have this pole, and so this would be flopping around the wind. It wouldn't be super critical, but nonetheless, it wouldn't have been great. Okay, now, remember those side awning ridge poles we marked out earlier? They're the ones that have got a wing nut on them. They are pretty long. You fold this end up in here. We made a mark at 56.5 and 60.5. We're going to go to the shorter setting. We're going to set it at 56.5. I'm 6 feet tall. You may have to adjust these depending on what your arm span is. Keep this wing nut towards the inside of the tent. When I go to put it on this pole, I'm going to have it pointing down so that I can reach it, because it's going to be above my head. I've got a stake and I've got a rope. Next thing, before we start putting this all together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my heel up against the tent and I'm going to walk out 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick up my rope and my stake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 feet straight out from that pole. Then I'm going to turn 45 degrees and I'm going to go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to put this stake in the ground. You can kind of see that it's away from the tent. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to find our stake. We're going to grab our rope. We've got our pole sitting here. We've got, again, we have another part number 4 side awning ridge pole. We're going to shorten this to its shortest setting, 56.5. Results may vary. I'm going to come up to the base of this pole. I'm going to put my heel there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to turn 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't have to be exact. Now, I'm going to loop that around like that. You know, even though I put these away really clean, they still manage to try to get a knot. Just gonna lay that down like that. What you can see is once we're out this way, we're gonna need to be able to grab onto that rope. Can you kind of see what's happening here? These are gonna act like extra hands. We're getting ready to do the most complicated step. You'll have to set this up a couple of times. You're going to grab those 2 poles that come with your tent. These come with the main tent body. Down through the Velcro, we're going to grab the number 4 Ridge Awning pole. I've got the thicker part, I've got the outside. The thinner inner rod is away from the tent. Wing nut down. This red is going to go on the pole first. Then the roof of the vestibule. Then the roof of the tent. Then we're going to put in the pin. Okay, we're going to do that over here. Here is our ridge pole, number 4, side awning ridge pole. Outside sheath towards the tent. We're on our shorter setting. Later on, when we get everything set up, we're going to loosen this. We're going to expand it until the walls are a little tighter, and then we'll tighten that down. Wing nut down, pull through the Velcro, pin through the red side awning ridge pole, through the vestibule white roof, then through the tent body grommet. I'm going to let this kind of come in towards the door. You can see that both of those number 4s are coming down in a V. Okay. Uprights. Going through the red end of the number 4s, then going through the vestibule roof, then going into the cabin body, coming down in a V. We have these already ran out because those are going to be hands. They're going to help us in the next step. We're now entering the most challenging part of this whole setup. What you need to do is you've got your rope that you just set out. Here's part 1, one of our corner uprights. Over here we have another part 1 corner upright. This right here is our center awning upright, number 2. It's a 3-piece deal that comes with a vestibule. We're going to just connect the top 2 pieces. The bottom one that's closest to the ground, we're going to leave broken. We're not going to kink that together yet. You'll see why in a minute. We've already put our number 4s. We had right around that 56.5-inch setting with our wing nuts facing down so that we can reach them. Again, results may vary. This is just giving you an idea of how I set this up myself. This is the center awning ridge pole. This pin has to go in that hole. This needs to be, what we have to do first is we have to throw this roof up on top. And we're gonna push this roof up onto the cabin tent and push this sock up. Now this entire pole is exposed because we're gonna take this pin, we're gonna put this pin in here, and then we're gonna let that set like that. Once we get the skeleton of the vestibule set up, the roof will be over the top and not underneath. Here comes the fun part, the gable pole. This is out front. I've marked mine where the peak, up towards the peak. I keep the outer pole up towards the peak. The inner pole goes towards my corner pole. I've got those marks to just kind of give me an indicator of the zone I want to be. Those numbers aren't exact. You're going to have to adjust those numbers for you and your tent setup, but this will get you in the ballpark. We want to grab our corner pole. This is the part 1 corner upright. We're going to grab our part 4 side awning ridge pole. We're going to keep our wing nut down. We're going to put that onto our part 1 corner pole. Then we're going to grab the part 5 gable pole and set that. You can kind of see this tab's bent on the end. I put it on there so that it's flat, and then the gable pole goes at a 45-degree angle towards the peak. My wing nut is facing down so I can access it. Now I'm just going to set that there like a cute little A-frame. It's just self-supporting. It's holding itself all by itself. I've got my guy-line within arm's reach. It's over that pin. We'll tighten that up in a second. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab our part 1 side awning ridge pole. Again, we're set at that lower setting. We're going to grab our part 1, our corner awning upright. It's going to go through the awning ridge pole number 4. Then we're going to grab our gable pole part number 5. We're noting to keep the wing nut down and the peak that way. We're going to set this into an A-frame, and now you can see these are both set in A's. We're going to lasso that up with our guy line, and now we're going to get ready to start putting this together. We've got our broken leg on purpose, part number 2, the center awning upright. We're going to hook that in there. We're going to bring this out, wing nut down. This is going to go up through here. This is going to fall off of there to make me upset. Then we're going to put that loop or that rope over that just to kind of hold that in place. Grab that, that. Bring this over this way. That's like that. Now, we'll fix the broken leg. Okay, now we can adjust stuff as needed. As you saw, that just fell out because I didn't have that wing nut cinched down. Oh. This is kind of a calamity, a little bit. We're going to come down here, we're going to apply a little tension to that. This needs a little bit of length. We're going to apply a little bit of tension. Okay. Boy. Unscrew that. Give that a little bit of length. Come down here. Tighten up our rope. Okay. Cool. It's sloppy. That's okay. But it's together. It'll probably hold at this point, even in a little bit of wind, even with a little bit of wobble. It's actually really pretty stable. I can add a little bit more tension to that. See, I'm even outside of the markings that I showed you earlier, but that's okay. Make your own markings every 2 or 4 inches on there. Results may vary, but you're getting the idea of what needs to be done, right? This one up here, right? But one of the reasons why I don't extend it out too much is because here in the next step, we're going to start putting the walls on and the roof and the skin. So we don't want it too tight, but we can also adjust it as we go when we put the skin on. And then once the skin's on, we can really tighten those pulls out, and that's going to give it all of its strength. So I'm leaving it kind of loose. I don't want to extend everything out too far yet. Once we get the skin on, then we can go through and we can adjust all those wing nuts. That's why we have them all pointed down. We can adjust those, tighten those up. We're going to start putting the awning or vestibule skin on. There's our Kodiak logo. If I remember right, that goes in the bottom right of the entrance. I don't know why I haven't put the female Velcro on this yet. I have links down in the description. They help support the channel. If this has been helpful to you, you can use those links to get your Kodiak tent. They are affiliate links. I do get a commission, but it does help support the channel so that I can put together these informational videos for you. When you open this up all the way, it's going to wrap around. This is the door. Don't go around your corner, guys. Go under them. These corner ones, don't take the skin around it. Take it through the pizza slice. Okay, you're gonna have 3 grommets. This one's your center one. That goes up on top. If you're not 6 feet tall, you're gonna have to maybe break the leg on that to get that down here to where you can reach it. Bring your center upright pull up, put the leg back in, set it on the ground. Okay, one important thing. You do not want to put the skin, the grommet of the skin, over the rope. The rope is always the last piece on the pin. Again, take the rope off. The rope traps everything. Then you can see the wall wraps around. What you can start doing is you can start putting this Velcro on here. If there's a Velcro in the way of that wing nut, I try not to do the Velcro there yet. You do everything sloppy, loose. It's that fine balance between too loose and too much tension. I'm just putting the Velcro on here to start giving it some structure. You can see it's starting to come together. This is going to mount here. This is the front door to our vestibule, to our awning. We are going to attach the tent, when you buy your tent from Kodiak, it does not come with this Velcro. I bought this Velcro. It's 2-inch wide. I bought it from Amazon. You can check out the links below. Okay, that's a little tight right there. So we're gonna grab that wing nut, bring that in just a little bit, give me a little breathing room. I'm just gonna tack that on there a little bit. Don't bury that. If you can, don't bury this loop. I don't know if you can see this loop or not, but you can use that loop to run your wall shoelaces through and tie that right there. Okay. Again, making sure not to trap that loop in here. I don't tie this super tight, I just kind of loose. Want to keep tension on stuff. Don't trap the rope. The rope goes on top. It can be done by yourself. Practice at home. Do not do this up camping the first time. If you have the chance to set up your Kodiak at home or at even the park or at a friend's house, maybe you don't have a yard, go set it up at the park. Do not set this up camping your first day unless you're okay spending a lot of time in camp trying to figure this out. My instructions are better than the instructions you get with the tent, but by no means are they the final word. Now you can kind of see that things are kind of crooked a little bit. For the most part, we've got the tent up. This side's pretty square. This side over here, kind of scawampus and leaning. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna try to give this a little bit of love. Bring this corner in a little bit, tighten this, maybe push out this ridge pull a little bit, apply a little tension, undo this wing nut, kind of push that gable pull out a little bit. We're almost at our max on our side awning ridge pull. I think those are pretty good. We're just going to do some Velcro. The tent, the cabin, the main body tent came with this red and black rope. It's a little longer than all the other ropes. This is your ridge pull rope. It traps the roof. And I bring this one out pretty far. Oh yeah, that squared up nicely. It says a little skewampus. We can add a little tension on there. I thought, where is it at? Aha, right there. See that? The reason why I have so many stakes left over is because I didn't stake down everything yet. I just put the lark's head through, and I bring this through. You're getting the idea. If this video's helped you, make sure you give it a thumbs up below. I'm sorry I'm not up in the mountains next to a waterfall, next to a lake. I hope you find this informational. Boy, that knot's a little bit too big. I might have to put a bigger loop on there, maybe a carabiner. You get the idea. You're gonna have some stakes left over. These stakes are the ones that came with the vestibule. I fold that black part underneath, put that through the nylon webbing. These tarps are cheap. Costco sells a 2-pack for like 20 or 30 bucks. You will not find a better deal anywhere. I've tried Home Depot. I've tried Lowe's. Boy, that stake was whooping my... Before you put any of the ground stakes in, make sure this door is shut. And if this door fights you, stop. Go inside. Grab these wing nuts. Adjust everything in just half an inch if you have to. Before you really start tightening up everything, if you can, make sure the windows are shut. Make sure the door is shut. These Kodiak tents are awesome. I owned an Alaknak before this. There's a link possibly to that video below in the description. It was a good tent. It's a lot lighter than the Kodiak by about 30 pounds. I feel the Kodiak is much more durable for what I do, my application. I like the Kodiak more. You can get it from Kodiak using my link down below. Help support the channel. We appreciate that. It is an affiliate link. So are the other affiliate links to Amazon on some other items that I have found helpful. The Velcro being one of them. Once you have the awning up, you can come back through. You can apply more tension. You can draw your stakes out a little bit farther if you want. I walk around and I give everything a gentle snug. In the morning, you might need to give it a gentle snug. These Kodiak tents are awesome. They're very well built. They're such a great value. If you have any suggestions on some other tents you'd like me to review, drop it in the comments below. But I have been very happy with my Kodiak. And this awning adds another 64 square feet. It's got windows on it. You want to roll these up during the day. Let a little breeze through. There's 2 more windows over here. 2 windows on the front, 2 windows on this side. You can park a 4-wheeler in here. I usually put my lumber right there. I'll put a cooler over here. I'll put a chair in here sometimes so I can take my boots off before I head into the tent. I've got the windows open on both sides. It ventilates very nice. You could sleep somebody out here if you wanted to. 8 feet by 8 feet adds another 64 square feet to the 12 by 12, 144 square feet cabin. I really enjoyed the Kodiak. This has been an awesome setup.
All right, guys, that's it. Pretty easy. I recommend doing it a couple of times by yourself at home or maybe at the local park before you head up camping to do it alone. If you've got a friend with you, it's super easy. You can download the walkthrough guide down below. There's also a link there to the Kodiak website. Those links down below are affiliate links to the channel, and the channel does get some kickback to help me produce more of these videos in the future. If you have any other tents you'd like me to review, put those in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.